everybody? Welcome to the Jungle. I'm your host, Grand Royal, known as GTP. This is my co-host, Nick Diggs. And this is my lead panelist, Rel. This is the show for the people, of the people, by the people, where we discuss music, sports, and current events / pop culture. We're going to head off this side. Welcome to the Jungle webisodes. We're going to start it off with Selection Sunday. And Nick here has some NCAA input. He's going to hit y'all with some pretenders, contenders, the whole nine. So I'll let Nick start it off.
All right, I'm going to start it off. I got a couple of upsets that I'm looking here for the tournament. I got SMU, 6th seed in the East. That's y'all bracket. That's Villanova's bracket.
Vino.
I think they're going to be able to make some noise. They play the winner of the USC Providence game early this week. They got Baylor, South Carolina, Marquette, all in their little region of their bracket. I definitely can see this 6th seed making it to the Sweet 16. In the West, I'm going to definitely have to go with Notre Dame, one of the only teams to be in the Elite Eight the last 2 seasons. Veteran leadership. Mike Brey can coach his ass off. Tough team. You know what you're going to get. They're a 5 seed. Definitely underseeded. Definitely can move up. Definitely going to have to.
That's an ACC team too.
Used to be in the Big East.
ACC.
Used to rep that Big East.
You see it?
Man, but yeah, I like their draw, man. They got a couple of teams that they should be able to handle very well. They're going to play West Virginia. They like to turn you over, but they'll be able to handle them pretty easily. Then another team that I'm looking at is Cincinnati in the South. 6th seed. Everybody's hyped up the UCLA wagon. They got one of the best odds to win it, 12-1. I think they're like 5th or 6th. And I see a lot of teams picking them because they can score. Cincinnati is always tough on defense. Mick Cronin does a good job of getting his guys ready, and they're always a tough team. Definitely can do a lot better this year with it can score from 4 or 5 different positions. Look for them to be upsetting UCLA in the second round.
Upset alert!
Yeah.
Might make me change my bracket.
Yeah, Cincinnati, man, I'm telling you.
Might make me change my bracket.
And then, last sleeper, University of Miami. Second round, they'll play Kansas. We all know the backstory on what they do.
That's your backstory. You gotta.
Listen, the numbers are there. Northern Iowa, man. Listen, I'm telling you, ACC team in Miami. Definitely look out for them to get it done.
I don't know, man. Miami, they inconsistent, yo. That's the only thing about Miami.
But I think Jaquan Newton can definitely play with Frank Mason, man. Them Philly guards. That's what they do. They bring that toughness.
Yeah.
But
my final 4 right now, I'm going with Villanova out of the East. They're going to knock off. I got them knocking off SMU. I got Kentucky over North Carolina coming out of the West.
That's because they're a Kentucky fan.
No, not at all. No bias at all.
That's bias.
Out of the West, I got Arizona. And then out of the Midwest bracket, I got Louisville. So you got Louisville, Kentucky, Villanova, and Arizona. Championship game. Arizona loses to Kentucky by 5.
All right.
And that was mad bias. Y'all don't know, y'all know. When they come to Kentucky,
man, listen, they got me on record. They got me on record, man. I'm telling you, this team is looking a lot different.
This is my go-to guy right here when it comes to NCAA basketball. He's a Kentucky homie.
Jr.
Yeah. He got John Cal's cell phone number right now.
I'm telling you, man.
He probably helped recruit.
They're looking good.
But let me ask you this last question before we wrap up this segment. A couple of things. I remember we talking before. A lot of people give Gonzaga a hard time.
Damn, why you ain't got Gonzaga?
I got Arizona.
Well, just tell people real quick that are wondering. A lot of people were saying a lot of people don't get to stay up and watch the West Coast games. Are they a pretender? Are they? You say they're legit.
They're definitely legit. They got McDonald's All-Americans. They got pro players on their team. Play in a smaller conference. I definitely got them. I got them in the Elite Eight, losing to Arizona. That's just my opinion. But they definitely going to win a couple of games, and they're going to dominate a couple of teams that they should.
Talk about North Carolina and that ACC game.
Man,
bro.
we're winning it all. Don't worry about that. That's all I gotta know. UNC gonna win it all. We gotta get our paybacks from the refs cheating cheating Duke down at the Barclays Center. They cheated for Duke. But you know, it is what it is. We gonna bounce back, win the whole thing like we should have won last year.
To Vino with the shout out to Chris Jenkins, hit the shot of the decade. But all right, guys. So basically, Nick has some upsets. Doesn't have Gonzaga going as far as I thought he would have him going. But your overall winner is, you said, Kentucky over Zona.
Man, that was easy.
You repping North Carolina, and obviously I'm gonna rep my Villanova Wildcats. That's just I like real quick. What I like about Villanova is obviously I do like how they get their guards, they get shoot the three, and they play defense. They
Definitely tough. Definitely
you can shoot the three. If you can shoot the three, you got a real good chance of winning the tournament.
And you saw in North Carolina, they can shoot. You know, what I mean, they got in that second game versus Duke. You know, they did fairly well. So it's gonna be a good tournament.
Definitely a lot of good games.
Yeah, I don't think there's a runaway team. All right. So all right, guys, when we come back, what we're gonna do is we're gonna break down the NBA, talk about the little slump. We got some teams like the Cleveland Cavaliers that have been slumping lately. We want to talk about that, and we also gonna get into a little bit of NFL free agency. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We're going to hit y'all off after that nice little NCAA tournament talk. We're going to go right into the next level, the NBA. We're going to talk about some teams, and there's been some changing of the guard going on between Kevin Durant getting hurt.
Falling off.
Last month and a half, the Washington Wizards are going from a 9 seed to a 2 seed, giving Boston more for their money. Cleveland's got worried about them on their heels. San Antonio was on the ass of Golden State. We're going to talk about it. What's up, bro?
Oh, it's going down. That's what's happening. Hey, changing of the guard, it looked like.
I don't think so.
Changing of the guard, man, hey, listen, Cleveland going down. Look like they can't get right. Golden State, they struggling without KD. They bench. It's the benches. The benches ain't giving them enough. Both teams benches.
All three teams.
Steph slumping. You know, it's bad. It's bad right now. We gonna see.
Here's the thing.
Out.
Are the three teams that are right on their heels, not really right on their heels because Houston isn't really right on their heels, but are the three next level tier teams, are they legit? What are their chances? Houston, Washington, and Boston. Can they really chip on some real shit? Like, do they really have a shot at chipping, or is it still going to come down to Cleveland?
Man, listen, I'm one of them guys to say anything can happen in the playoffs.
Because I still got San Antonio in 6.
Anything can happen in the playoffs. Anything can happen. I don't know. It's up in the air right now, man. It's crazy. It's up in the air. If KD can come back, at least 90%, Golden State still I think Golden State still got a chance. But with Cleveland being pretty much healthy, except besides Kevin Love, and they still struggling, and it don't look good right now. Maybe they cruising for the playoffs. Then, you know, it turns up in the playoffs, everything turns up. So, you know, it might just be that with Cleveland. But Golden State, it ain't looking good.
Yeah, you can definitely see the difference with Golden State from last year to Golden State right now without Kevin Durant, because Golden State is missing they're missing that Harrison Barnes, they're missing that Andrew Bogut, they're missing those Mo Spates, those guys that was allowing Steph and them to have off nights. That you were going to get your 10, 12 points from 2 or 3 of them guys, that was going to protect the rim from 2 or 3 of them guys, that was going to get you those rebounds. And I do see them getting back together, but home court advantage is going to play a big part in the finals. And I don't know if they're going to be able to take down Cleveland without having home court advantage.
Here's my thing with that, and some ESPN analysts, some Fox analysts, my homies in the jungle, they were all saying the same thing. They missed the 4 role players that they lost. But then I gotta ask Draymond Green to step up, because a lot of people we did, both of us on a 1-year thing.
But since KD been out, he been pretty much good, except that last game?
No, it's not even his stats. My point is this. Remember, this is the man they said was gonna change teams from ever having a true center again. That's what we said. So if that's true, that can't change in 6 months. That can't change in 1 year time, where we go from the center position is dead because of Draymond Green to Well, they're missing Andrew Bolt.
The center,
They can't do that.
I don't think that will ever be the case. The center position will be dead because of him, though, because there's still talented centers in the league. So I don't think that. I don't think he'll ever change the guard that everybody gonna play small ball because everybody can't play that style of ball. Now there's some teams that I think like. Let me see who got a good center like
Miami's on a run with Whiteside.
Yeah, Whiteside, but I'm talking about like a Marc Gasol. Like he'll have a problem trying to stick Marc Gasol for 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? He'll have a problem trying to stick Brook Lopez for 30 minutes. It's never going to change. Never going to change. I mean, man, they're going to have problems sticking him on the offensive end. But Draymond ain't really that much of a scorer. He does all his work on like the dirty work. I mean, that's his game. You know, but
definitely.
I didn't never think that he'd be the guy we all gonna go small ball. You know what I'm saying?
That was being said.
We all gonna draft instead of drafting this 7-foot stud that we got. We gonna draft a 6'10" guy to be our center. Nah, that's not gonna work. So I was never a fan of that. I'm a Draymond fan, but I tell you now that was never gonna happen.
So what do you think are the chances that San Antonio can catch Golden State or that Boston or Washington can catch
San Antonio
gonna catch them. They on their ass, so they gonna get caught. Now the chances of
they got in a guard heavy league, they got the worst guards going into the postseason. That puts more pressure on Kawhi. I'm just playing devil's advocate. You know what I'm saying?
And I forgot about Aldridge being hurt. You know what I mean? LA being hurt. I forgot about that's big too. So it's crazy, man. You never know. Houston mess around and come up out that thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know.
That's the beautiful thing about the NBA is even when you have advantage, you still have to play on the other team.
So then, like as far as Washington and Boston, it's close, man. It's close. It's a close race. I tell you that. I didn't think it was going to be this close. 2 games.
Shout out to John Wall.
2 games, man. That's close.
Yeah.
That's close. Anything can happen in these last month or so. Anything can happen.
Yeah, these teams are going to definitely need to get more so Golden State than Cleveland. I think Cleveland's road is going to be a lot easier once they get their pieces back. Once they get J.R. Smith back in the rotation, and they get Kevin Love, they'll be able to let those guys heal while playing in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like that. That's just the way that at least for the first 2 rounds before they play a Washington or a Boston.
Yeah.
But see, Boston give them fits though.
I told somebody that like that's Bron's nemesis. He's like, oh, that rivalry died years ago. I'm like, nah, he gonna remember that.
I just don't think when a fully healthy, like they gave him a good game. What was that? A week ago, last week, a week before. They gave him a hell of a game now when Boston beat him. But when they're fully healthy, I don't really see anybody in the East that's going to be able to.
It's going to be it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be a nice.
If Golden State wants to win a championship, they're definitely going to need that home court advantage. That is a necessity for them.
Plus the Oracle's a whole different. That whole West Coast, Seattle, you know what I mean?
They're going to need KD. That's what they need.
And they're going to need Kevin Durant.
We assuming KD is going to be healthy.
Because it was funny because everybody thought, oh man, that's the same team they had last year. They'll be fine. Not when them role players ain't there. It's a wrap, man. It's a different ball game when you don't got them role players, man. Your starters can put out points, but you need that bench to back them up.
Yo, last thing I want to get into before we let this NBA segment go and go into the NFL free agency over the first 4 days, including the weekend, is just want to let the fans know something. I'll let my homies chime in on it. My cousin out there in the background, our little statistician. People have been talking, I guess it's last Saturday, 4 or 5 legitimate starters in that Golden State San Antonio game rested. Okay, listen. I understand. I'm the working class man. I hope to be able to take my kids to those caliber games. 4 or 5 future Hall of Famers out there on the court. But fans, stop diluting the value of the regular season. This is what y'all wanted, and it's not just about LeBron versus Michael Jordan versus Kobe Bryant. But when we get in these conversations, all y'all talk about is how many rings someone has. When these NBA players and GMs say, starting in January, if you're Greg Popovich, we're going to start resting players because that's all y'all care about. But I'm just saying, I'm for the side of the pan guy that takes his son. But the fan has to take some credit for the fact that you diluted the regular season.
But that's not every fan though. Every fan don't dilute the regular season.
But I also think this actually falls back more on the league. Why not start the season earlier or stretch the season, make the season
They
longer?
do start a week earlier next year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying they could take the amount of games down. They could
They eliminated a lot of back-to-backs.
back-to-back.
They did that this
Why
year
not
though.
start the NBA in middle of October and run it to the end of June,
Well, see,
beginning of July?
Here's another
What
thing.
does that hurt?
it don't hurt. I mean, I agree.
That way there's no excuse for people sitting.
Well,
games.
there's the only excuse though, and because everybody uses Michael Jordan or the old regime as the standard, as you should. Mike's the GOAT. But the one thing that people don't talk about, if you're Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Steph Curry, you have been playing competitive basketball year round since you were 12 years old. They're tired.
Yeah.
That's a different needs than Michael Jordan had. Even though Mike was jumping out of the gym, LeBron James, Kevin Durant,
They
Steph Curry.
signed up for this.
But
They signed up for this. They signed up for this though.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
So you're talking.
Listen.
Listen. If you're a Sixer fan, man, we can't stay here. You want to be playing for 10 more years, bro.
Man, listen.
It's
I ain't even
it's
talking
on
about the
your
Sixers.
joints.
I'm off for that. But listen. As a fan of the game, man, I don't want to turn on my TV Saturday night and see these. I ain't gonna call them bums because they professional players. But to see these guys playing,
Danny
man.
Green.
These guys. I don't want to see got titles. Nobody want to see them guys on TV though. You know what I'm saying? When national TV televised game, man, them guys should play, man. That's what I mean.
So what would y'all's message be to Popovich and Kirk from after that game? If y'all had a chance, if they were sitting on this panel, what would y'all say to them? Because I'm saying to them, I got fellas, I understand your point. I got playoffs to worry about. Y'all want championships. What would you say to that?
Man, play your guys.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
Know what I mean? Listen, it's the season. This is what happens. And you signed up for 82. You ain't signed up for 75. If you ain't hurt, man, you go play.
I agree.
Know what I mean? Listen,
I'm rocking with you. I'm just saying from devil's advocate standpoint.
This is $1 billion company, and you gonna give me $5 on the court? You gave me $5 on the court in $1 billion industry. You gonna give me $5 on the court?
But I will say this: the guy sitting on this panel, and some of y'all can take heed to this. I can tag him on Facebook. I can tag him on Facebook, and we'll watch Minnesota play the Lakers. See, the casual fan is the one that gets on these social media sites and acts like, oh, I don't care, Jordan had 6, or, Bird had whatever. And you can't, if you like regular season basketball, you like regular season basketball.
I'm a fan of the game.
Hey, I won't watch the game.
You know
I watch anybody.
I watch anybody play. That's how I catch a lot of West Coast games, college games. I'll be up, flicking through the channel. I never seen some of these Santa Clara and them play. But guess what? Rel will turn that joint on and I'm watching it just because it's basketball. You know what I mean? Hey, sometimes I catch a Canadian football game on the play. You know what I mean? Hey, listen, it's sports. It's fun.
That's how we rock. I'm saying.
Listen, I don't know one thing about Canadian. I just know the field wider and they run through the field. But listen, I watch the joint because it's football. So listen, I'm a fan of all sports, you know what I'm saying? So if I want to flick on the game, I don't want to see the second tier guys playing. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? You signed up for 82. Give me 82 if you ain't hurt. You know what I mean?
I'm playing devil's advocate.
Well, fake an injury or something. You know what I'm saying?
I do rock for the working class guy, because if I took my son there, if I took my hard earned, and I went to go see a superstar, I want to see that superstar.
Man, somebody from New York to San Antonio to watch that game to see Steph Curry and all them play, and they wasn't in the game.
They had to move me by security.
They said and then I heard they said some parents took their kids there for a birthday gift that they saved up since September. You mean to tell me I saved up since September and I come to see that? Yeah, right. I might have ran on the floor. And it was a blowout, you know what I'm saying?
Wasn't even a good game.
Crazy. Guys out there shooting 0 for 12. It was ridiculous, man.
I didn't heard all the experts talking about. I guess they can't really punish them. They said there's no. So you just have to hope that these owners out of the goodness of their heart stop doing that so much. But it's been getting. What's the verb for it? It's something to do with pop.
Listen, and TV's poop too. Don't nothing come on TV no more. You know what I'm saying? So you be flicking through the channels, it be the same stuff on TV. So yeah, when I turn on the sports game, you're damn right, man. I want to see the players play.
You only got sports for 9 months.
Yeah, you know what
we
I'm
gotta
saying?
stop, as fans though, we gotta stop putting so much onus on
That's like
the championship.
That's like
why
turning
they
on
do
the
it.
TV, right? Your quarterback supposed to be starting. You know what I'm saying? And you turn on the TV and you be watching Chase Daniels' little ass run across the screen when Wentz is standing on the sideline healthy. You know what I mean? You're gonna be like, well, what the hell is this? When Wentz is taking a rest day. For what? What are you taking rest days for? You signed up for this, man. This is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I knew he
And they still getting paid.
Yeah, and they still getting paid. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
I still get to open up a check when they come.
Well, they said the criminal part is there was some of that stuff going on in the 90s, just not as much. You know, what's criminals when they tell Bron that don't even show up.
Yeah, listen.
So it's like it's your one time a year that you can meet them and
Them
they tell
Jones be
Bron.
sold out too, you know what I mean?
They announced it 2 hours before the
Antonio
game.
sold out, and they be like, well, you know, Kawhi, I know Kawhi wasn't playing because he had concussions, but then they like, you know, Curry and all them ain't playing. You like, man, are you serious? Like, yo, we already in San Antonio, and we sold out. Like, we ain't gonna sell our tickets. Ain't nobody gonna wanna buy them.
They knew 2 nights before, but they announced that 2 hours before the game was announced that they rested.
Man, it's real, man. It is what it is, I guess, until they fix it.
Alright guys, when we come back, that was your NCAA and NBA wrap up on this episode of Welcome to the Jungle webisodes. When we come back, our last clip, NFL free agency, since what was that, Thursday, Friday, and over the weekend, couple
Bang,
signings.
bang, Alshon Jeffries, I'm gonna get my
Bird
jersey
gang.
soon.
We'll be right back. Alright folks, welcome back. We're going to hit it right off with NFL free agency, nothing more to say. There's been like 4 or 5 days of it. Just go right, pretty active. I'm a Bird Gang fan, Eagle fan to my right.
I like what we did, baby.
We
Made some
improved.
plays.
So nobody, I don't think a lot of teams have addressed. I know as far as the NFC East goes, not everybody's been addressing needs. You know, this team needs this. Like Cowboys, they need a pass rush, but we attack needs. That's what I like about that. I got a GTP ran on the Webisodes page, on our YouTube page, where that's what I talk about. The like thing I like is it's not just the names. We went out and got needs. We had the worst. I say our receivers were bottom 5 in the league last year, and I'm out here.
Bottom 1.
Look, I'm out here to bash. Look, he hard on us.
Poop.
Look, I'm not here. They tried their best, it didn't work out.
I keep it 100. I ain't even going sugarcoat. They was poop.
They were bad. But we hit on that, and we got some more line depth. What's up? What did you see around the league?
Definitely a lot of teams that were playing stalemate. I mean, you got Adrian Peterson on the block. Nobody got the running back besides Baltimore and Danny Woodhead. But that was just, I think that's like a 4-week filler for
teams
with to fill in for Dixon.
Woodhead to be alright. He got gut out the backfield.
That's not a running back. I feel what you said.
But like, you still got the biggest names on the market. You still got the biggest name on a team that got a starting quarterback. So like, free agency took off, but when Romo and AP start going places, that's really when it's going to shake up the NFL.
Like, did you notice the APs and the Jamal Charleses and what's that? The boy that fucked up. Messed up back. Romo. You know what I'm saying? Them guys is injury prone guys. You know what I'm saying? So they might have to they might have to settle for what they really trying to get. That's probably why. Is this stalemate? Why they probably ain't getting the money they want? They probably ain't getting the money they want to get. So it's hard for them out there. But it's some quality running backs that ain't even Latavius Murray.
They're close to that age where their production should start declining. So a lot of teams ain't trying to really put enough cap into them guys where they're going to tie up needs and other necessities.
There was a lot of veterans movement that they're looking either for their first big payday, Alshon Jeffrey, or this is their last chance at some real money. Victor Cruz, Kenny Britt, Deshaun Jackson.
Kenny Britt might have been the worst pickup of them all. I'm gonna tell you.
Not only because of where he went. That would have been legit if he had some real quarterbacks, but only because of the debacle in Cleveland. That's a bad.
I mean.
They got Brock Osweiler though.
I mean, one good. But
shout out to RG3.
But they getting paid. They got paid off for one good season. He's been pretty much inconsistent his whole career. I mean, he had bad quarterbacks, but he had bad quarterbacks this year. And still had had a pretty decent season. So that having bad quarterback thing for him might go out the window. You know what I'm saying? Because the Rams had what? Man, they probably had the trashiest quarterbacks in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, he still had a pretty decent season. So that, like I said, that might go out the window for Brick. I mean, but he got, you get a payday when you have a good season. You one of the top dogs, I guess. But
now, usually I like to, any chance I get to bash the Cowboys, even though we trying to be unbiased up here, I do. But I can't. I think the Cowboys, obviously, they got some concerns, but they have limited cap money. Like, who's dragging their, y'all think of some names, but who's dragging their feet for no, like, who's got a little bit of money and still just ain't doing nothing? Like, even the Patriots, who.
Patriots, they're
clear winners.
Yo, they traded.
The Jaguars, man. The Jaguars. They did it again, though.
They spent a lot of funny money.
Yeah, they killed.
They spending dudes as
they killed the off season though. But they killed the off season.
But they don't never. You like wins. They don't never translate
the wins. They don't. But they killed. They killed the off season.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I definitely think Tom Coughlin coming in is definitely going to give that.
Who's the coach now?
They still got the same coach though, don't
they? Still got the same coach.
Nah,
they fired Gus Bradley.
Yeah, Gus Bradley's gone.
They got somebody.
They did. Who was their coach?
All right, yo, we need that. We need that.
Check that. But the
We should all know that. We should. We let this out.
What about teams that didn't do nothing like Cincinnati?
The only team active in the AFC North.
They didn't keep their players.
They
lost players.
Cincinnati.
They lost 2 offensive linemen.
Well, we know Pittsburgh don't do nothing. You know they're not a big team that go out and free agency.
They actually are. They got what's Hightower visiting them from New England.
Doug Marrone.
Doug Marrone. Shout out to Doug Marrone.
Yeah, but Cincinnati's one of them teams, man. But like I said, the Steelers, they one of them teams that really don't do nothing in free agency, man. They like to build from within. You know what I'm saying?
But they did lose Marcus Wheaton.
And that's one thing.
They lost him.
And that's one thing I'm big on about my Eagles free agency, man. I stopped being a big free agent guy, man. When we kept trying to sign these dudes, but they wasn't getting us no.
Started with Don
I liked it when we built in. I like when we built in from within side. You know what I mean? Instead of free agency, that's when we was better. When we just got needs. You know what I mean? Instead of trying to get the high price guy on the market. You know what I mean? Once we in our good days with Andy Reid, we built from within. We might not win no Super Bowl, but we was competitive every year. You know what I'm saying? Besides the trash wide receivers, we always had ass wide receivers. So that's why you Eagle fans is overly hyped about having Alshon Jeffries.
Except for one thing real quick. If we lucky enough that Doug Peterson, Jeffrey Lordona can watch this, we don't think it's 100% accurate or true, but if there's some truth to it, when you try to do something like go get Brandon Cooks and you sacrificing Malcolm Jenkins, the one true veteran leader you have on that team, kind of the glue, when it don't work out, you can't let that stuff leak, man. We was in there going wild over that. You can't let that
I want to talk about, I want to talk about the Pats, man. The Patriots, man. I'm telling you.
They are killing it, yo.
And they rarely ever
I don't even know how
play this game.
Listen, me as a GM, I'm not giving them nobody. Let me tell you.
I don't understand why teams trade with them.
I'm not trading for them, man. Listen, somebody got to keep them down. All y'all keep doing is bringing them back up.
Yo, you know
what I'm saying?
Coney Early is going to steal. Y'all saw him in the Super Bowl. He had three sacks in the Super Bowl. He got the Super Bowl record for sacks. And all they did was move down 8 picks. They gave them 8 picks to grab an efficient player that's going to produce for them. And the Brandon Cooks, man, listen. My fantasy team's happy.
What running back are you looking at on top of that?
Man,
they got Cooks and then there's a hot
Cooks.
What's
Tom Brady? That deep ball gonna look
man,
good.
Look it up because they're just saying.
I'm telling you, that's gonna be a good. Hey man, listen.
Oh, AP.
Oh yeah, AP said he was going to take it. Yeah, but I think AP. I think he's going to Seattle.
I think AP's trying to play the market right now. You know what I'm saying? He's going to go visit all these teams. He's going to see which ones is going to give him the most money. And that's where he's going to go.
Where do you think AP
He on his last leg.
Where do you think his best fit is, though? New England?
New England.
Anybody fits in New England.
Nah, New England or the Seahawks. Seattle.
What about Oakland? You don't think Oakland?
Oakland's young, man. They don't need him. You know what I'm saying? They was better off keeping Latavius Murray. You know what I'm saying? If they going,
Where do you think his best spot?
I'm trying to think because like a lot of teams I like that, but they're West Coast and he's not the best catcher. But that's been my thing. He's a little older to learn now, but I think his pass catching ability was underrated. I don't think he utilized enough. If I had to say, I like him. You know what? Honestly, I like him in the Giants. I don't like him in the Giants. I'm Bird game for life, but
they don't got an offensive line, so
he's Adrian Peterson.
He's old.
Yeah.
You know, he's not Adrian.
Last time we seen him, he had 2,000 of them things on you.
Man, what,
last time you counted him out.
That was what, 2 years ago?
Man, but he's still got a draft coming up.
Man, he's not
He's still got a draft coming up. He's still AP. Father Time.
You
can't put it in the box with Brandon Marshall, Shepard, and ODB.
Well, when you can't get started to run, then it don't even fucking matter at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
That line ain't that big.
AP don't show that explosiveness that we used to seeing. I mean,
that was only the last year, though.
And the last 2 years. What did he do last year?
The year before,
he had like 80 yards rushing total for like 3 games last year.
Man, see? There we go.
He's alright.
He'll be good for a veteran team that's trying to win now. You know what I'm saying? Like Patriots, Seahawks, teams that's trying to win now. Even they take him out in Denver. You know what I'm saying?
I like C.J. Anderson. I don't
know about how he would fit in that scheme.
He's injury prone. They run the zone. They run that zone scheme. So you know what I mean. But AP is like a guy that's gonna need to go to a veteran team, man. He ain't gonna have time to wait for no guys like
Don't count the Giants out, man. I can see the Giants.
Like the Raiders is a young team. You know what I mean? They're not. I don't see them winning it.
Contending next year.
Hell no, not in the AFC. The Patriots is out there. You know what I'm saying? The Patriots.
Patriots don't win back-to-back titles up.
Man, they anteed up. They anteed up to win them back-to-back.
I got the Raiders winning that because
they might take.
Can you imagine watching?
His car gonna be there for the first few weeks.
Yeah, he should be ready.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's what it is, man. And then like a guy like Jamal Charles, he's still out on the free agent.
Yeah, I think his best days are behind him.
Yeah, what the NFL has done to running backs, man, it's not the same.
You know why? Because we can go get one in the 4th round, and he can be just as good as the guy we picked in the 1st round.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Johnson.
Yeah, running backs is a dime a dozen now. You know what I'm saying?
Anybody that can run the ball.
That's why I tell my kids, don't play running backs.
Best fit for Tony Romo. Texans. Denver. I think Fox News. Take John Lynch's spot. His days is over.
They asked him to come. They asked him to come be on there. But the Texans, if you want to go out, Texans or Denver.
I think Denver has a little bit more weapons.
But they saying that don't nobody got no interest in him right now.
At least not trading for it.
Who are some of the teams that y'all feel are just like a piece or two away and just ain't doing nothing? Now, it's only been 4 or 5 days. I even said it on my little GTP rant. Let's not overreact. But the reason I'm asking that question is because my theory on that is you need momentum in free agency. You need momentum in your season. So if you start the energy in Philadelphia right now with Alshon, Warmack, and Torrey Smith is high. Whether that works out or not.
Torrey Smith.
So who do y'all feel is like just sleeping? I'll give you an example.
Seattle.
Detroit, to me, they need weapons for.
Seattle is sleeping.
You think
Seattle is sleeping?
But they got that. What about Carolina Panthers?
I think Detroit.
Carolina Panthers got somebody too.
They lost.
Carolina Panthers?
Who did?
Carolina's taken.
That's what it was. Taken.
And that's not really a big loss.
Yeah, he was somebody that stretched the field.
He had a lot of
they
drops.
Can find somebody in the
draft
draft for
He had
that.
a lot of drops too.
They can find somebody in the draft for that.
Stafford balled last year. He looks like a legitimate top 7 quarterback. And through these first 4 days, you got names like Alshon Jeffrey, Brandon Marshall, Torrey Smith floating around. Megatron retires out of the blue. Y'all haven't done anything to really. Go and take.
Man, they didn't need Stafford last. I mean, they didn't need him. You see what he ate last year.
But you can't stay complacent. Everybody else is adding. Look, I'll put it to you like this: you can't be. Here's my point. You can't be less aggressive than the Patriots, who get jewelry every 3 years. You feel what I'm saying? How can you be less aggressive than the Patriots?
Man, listen, what they had was working.
Man, there's no way.
Every team. I think every team got to add weapons. You know what I'm saying? Every team got to add weapons.
Detroit ain't doing that.
Nah, Detroit ain't. Maybe in the draft. The draft is deep with wide receivers, cornerbacks. You know, so maybe in the draft they might address that other wide receiver need.
I think it's probably just this class of free agents that teams aren't trying to go ahead and make like a big splash. They're trying to build through the draft. This draft is deep. This draft is deep in a lot of positions. Cornerback, got a couple three running backs that could probably go in the first round. So teams are probably gonna wait for the draft to let the chips fall there first, and then go ahead and spend some money on a free agent. I mean, it's
they gonna be getting some low ball deals in free agents, boy. I tell you, it's gonna be a lot of more. It's been a lot of 1 year deals this year that I
Proving yourself deals, I love
it. And I think sometimes them deals could be the best deals. And you go out there and you make your money.
My favorite thing about free agency so far as a fan was Alshon Jeffrey was offered multiple years in Minnesota, supposedly, and turned him down to specifically play with Carson Wentz. That is dope. I'm 99% of my boy Wentz. I can't go all in yet.
That was only because they ain't sure what Teddy Bridgewater ever going to come back.
He said, I don't want nothing from Sammy Sleeves. They don't want no pass from Sammy Sleeves. But it is, man, it's going to be, sports it's all good, yo.
Yeah.
It's all good, man.
And I like what my team did, too.
49, talk about that real quick. Wrap up the segment with that.
Listen, Chip Kelly we got a lot of money. We got a lot of room to go. You're back there laughing and shit. That's cool, though. But, hey, man, listen, we got Malcolm Smith, Super Bowl MVP. You know what I mean? Leading tackler for the Raiders, over 100 tackles each year. We're going to be switching from a 3-4 to a 4-3. Pierre Garcon's getting $16 million next year. He's not getting. That's definitely
12. What is it? 12.
He's got a signing bonus for 12.
That was a good pickup.
3 years, and especially he knows the system. He's going to teach the
It was a
system.
contract. It was a team friendly.
Before we
Garcon's better than Jeffries.
I don't know.
I'm talking about stat wise.
What's that?
Yeah.
Who?
Garcon's better than Jeffries. Stat wise.
I'm not knocking him real quick. That's my executive producer back there putting this on time in. But we got wins though. That's what helps. That's what helps out Alshon Jeffries. We got wins.
I want to talk about one more thing too. Let's talk about the problem in Washington, man. Let's talk about that.
Man, we was almost gonna wrap this up without talking about that.
We almost.
Yo, so this is on my DTP rant. You lose your GM to he was coming to work. Y'all so bad he was coming to work drinking.
That was the best. That was the biggest move of free agency. Day one,
I don't think he was coming to work. I mean, reports was they lied on him because it's players that saying they never
That's defamation of character.
They never seen him. They said they never seen him. Players said they never seen him drunk. But it's just coincidental how he just missed the whole month. Like, he just disappeared off the face of it.
His grandpa died. He took off work was the initial reason.
Yeah.
Then he been gone.
Then he been going ever since. You know what I'm saying?
Even beside that, you lose wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, and you lose Chris Baker off the defensive line. All within the first 24 hours.
No running back.
Yeah, no running back.
The
quarterback don't want to be there.
I do think they stole. It's not crazy still, but I do think they stole Pryor. I thought Pryor was gonna get.
Listen, it's
going.
Listen,
$8 million for him in 1 year. I thought that was dope. For him.
See, I like the Pryor signing, but you also got to look at his stat. A lot of his production came on a very bad team that was passing the ball a lot because they were down a lot. They lost 15 games. They was down in every game. So a lot of his upside, his numbers.
But the one thing I agree with that, except your boy threw for 5,000 yards and y'all still think he's a bad quarterback. Like they're going to air it out. Like that's what I'm saying. I don't think Kirk Cousins is as bad as half. He was a top 8 quarterback to me last year.
I mean, it's
Kirk ain't bad.
For his
quarterback in your division.
That's what I said.
Kirk ain't bad, but he don't want to be there.
Yep, he's on his way. They might as well just send him already.
He said he won't sign back if Bruce Allen's still there. Bruce Allen ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going nowhere. So you might as well pack it up.
Yeah, and they already have given the impression that they don't believe.
They don't believe in it,
and that's detrimental. You can't.
Was that not a franchise record? 49-17. Is that not a franchise record? Yeah. It has to be. Who else did they have? I'm just saying. You boy those a franchise record. You got
Captain Kirk ain't bad, man.
That's what I said.
His situation is bad. the situation in the front office is bad.
Yeah, that's what, because the talent was there. Now, not, I mean, like I said, you lost wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2. They still got Crowder, Vernon Davis, and Reed.
But he's a concussion away from retirement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, listen, they just, their front office is in a flux right now.
They got Josh Norman, though.
Man, I got clips of him getting shitted on by my boy.
Shout out to Fresh.
Sean was
Little
shitting on
inside
him.
joke, man. Shout out to Fresh.
He even took it out the group. He was so mad that the boy was killing it.
Oh, man.
But big ups to Fresh though, man.
He takes it well. Alright, guys, that's our show. Make sure y'all go back on the YouTube. Please hit that subscribe button. It's Welcome to the Jungle Webisodes on YouTube. Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram and Twitter at W2TJW S1Ep1. Any inquiries at all about the show, topics, or a way to advertise with us or anything like that, make sure you go to W2TheJungle17 at gmail.com. When we get back, we will have our first rant, and that's it.
Also, don't forget, we're running a bracket challenge right now. Costs nothing, nothing to sign up. It's free. All you gotta do is subscribe to the YouTube page. Then enter your brackets. Top pick gets a free gift card. We actually are in flex. We might be adding a little bit towards that too. So definitely stay tuned. Follow us.
Winner take all. Make sure as many friends as you want to.
Just pick UNC. Y'all gonna be cool, baby. Pick them Tar Heels. They'll pick them Hills. Y'all gonna be cool.
Alright, guys, that's our show. Welcome to the jungle. Check y'all out later.
Just venting. Everybody remain calm, but when the dust settles and smoke clears, it's napalm. No, I'ma need everyone to remain calm while I drop shit from an A-bomb. That's napalm. Yeah, this is napalm music. This is napalm music. No, I'ma need everyone to remain calm while I drop shit from an A-bomb. That's napalm. This is napalm music. It's that Grand Royal napalm music. Napalm, it descends from an A-bomb. My verbal back strapped like 2 wraps of an apron. Yeah, my whole squad is something to get used to. I heard talk.